Hey, what's up guys? So this is my first time starting a channel like this. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see what people think. If they like it, then they like it. If they don't, then they don't. Whatever. But so I just went out and I purchased two go-karts. One came with a 212. The other one came with a roll cage. Neither of them run. The 212 is shot. I'm going to try to get that going back up again. And the other one obviously needs a motor. So they're actually both twins. I'll show you them now. So here they are. This is the Yin and Yang. They're actually identical. The exact same go-kart. Not exactly sure what kind they are. If you know, let me know in the comments below. But we are going to build both of them exactly the same. Exactly at the same exact time. So while this one's getting cleaned up, this one will be getting cleaned up. While this one's getting tires, that one's going to get tires. So they're both going to be built at the same exact time. This one's not going to be done before this one, and this one's not going to be done before that one. I picked them both up for $100, which you really can't beat because, you know, they're two pretty decent frames. Very minimal rust. The rust that you see is just on the outside. There's nothing that's eating through. So that's a really good sign. So for today, we're just going to start with, you know, getting everything disassembled, sanding, you know, just getting down to the actual frame, getting some of the paint off in spots where we're probably going to be welding. So today's agenda is just opening up as much as possible. So come tomorrow or the next day or whenever I come back in here to do more, all that needs to be done is, you know, assembling at that point. Now, as you may be able to tell, I am at a storage unit. It's a 10 by 15, which is plenty of room to do what I got to do. The only difficult part is that when I come here, I got to pull my stuff out, which I have right here. This is Red. She just got finished yesterday, and she's got the Predator 420 on there, obviously with the electric start. I do have a cover for this. I was just charging the battery because I don't have charging coils. And I have my Baja, which is the 212 motor, torque converter. They both have torque converters. This is the 40 series torque converter, and that is the 30 series torque converter. They both have lights. They both work great. No issues at all. I got this baby for roughly, I think it was like $300, and I got this one for $150. Fixed them both up. They both run great. So now I'm moving my attention onto these two here. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started and see how this thing goes. Look at the size of this socket. Like, fits perfectly, and it's the largest one that I have. I just picked it up a couple days ago, and luckily I did because now I can get this off. Otherwise I wouldn't know what to do. So here's the first one as of right now. It's pretty much all disassembled. The pedals are off, you know, the front bumper's off, stuff like that. I just got to get this rear sprocket off and the brake pulley for the drum brakes. Gotta get that off, and then once that's off, she'll be ready to start getting the wire brush all cleaned up, get some of that rust off, and then it'll be on to this guy. Same exact process, except the roll cage. So I've been working on this rear axle for the past hour. Not exactly sure what the problem is, but it's definitely, previous owner definitely cross-threaded it. So that's garbage now. That's pretty much just trash. I'm trying to tap it out with a hammer since it's trash now, and it's just not budging. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep whacking it and see what happens. Alright, well I got it. I got it literally 5 minutes after that last clip. Here it is here. You know, just completely destroyed on the end. The other end is fine, but this end is no bueno. So, got it though. Alright, so that's pretty much it for removing all the nuts and bolts and screws and whatever, you know, else was on there. I can't get this guy off. It's giving me some issues. Which is attached to this little sprocket over here, but it's all attached to this top piece here, which is coming off. So I'm just gonna cut, remove this, which is gonna remove this, as well as that sprocket. They spin together. which would free that up. Then I want to go around with the wire brush and just pretty much clean up as much as I can. All the rust that's currently there, you know, clean that up. There's some rust up there. None of the rust is protruding, which is what I said before. It's all, you know, just a solid frame. But I want to go ahead and around now and do that, clean up all the rust, and I'll show you when it's done. I'm thinking, look at the size of this frame, you know, from here to here. It's not that wide at all. It's a little bit skinnier than red. So I'm 250 pounds. You know, these frames are pretty small. I can't see myself riding this with anyone besides my daughter, and even if she comes out, that's not even going to be that often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the steering assembly center, just like I did on red. Let me show you that real quick. Sorry, it's getting dark. So I put one seat in the center, and I did, you know, the steering wheel in the center. Steering wheel used to be like over here in this area for a two-seater, and I put it in the center for a one-seater. And that's exactly what I want to do for these ones as well, because they're just too small of frames to have two seats in here. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus, I think it'll make it a little bit easier for when you're turning certain directions. It's less of a risk of you flipping because your weight of the cart is center as opposed to on the left side or on the right side, which in this application is on the right side. Actually, the left side drive. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut both of these steering wheel assemblies off and put them in the center. So this one's going to be in the center here. This one's going to be in the center as well. This build is a little bit different, so getting this in the center is going to be a little bit more tricky as opposed to this one. I can just put the forks right there and then the centerpiece right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this cart, for tonight at least. Given what I've done tonight, it's starting to get to the point to where it's ready to start being reassembled and things tacked back on, welded back on. So that's it for this one. We still got to do this one over here, but yeah, it looks good. Okay, so I have something to say. I just picked up this wire brush at Harbor Freight. How's that for quality? I don't like talking dirt on people, but Harbor Freight definitely needs to stick their game up, because that's just terrible. Like, meanwhile, while I'm, wire brushing, I'm getting like, the wires are literally like flying into my pants, pricking my legs at however fast they're going. So that's a no bueno for me with Harbor Freight's wire brushes. So that's this one here. I just got done wire brushing it. Pretty decent, I'd say. I got the majority of the rust off. There's a couple spots that might need to be touched up a little bit with some acetone. Just to, get off any oil or dirt that was left over. But both of these frames are now ready to start being reassembled. So the next time I post a video, I'll be doing that, reassembling each one, trying to get one to look the same as the other. I'm trying to do them both at the same exact time. So that's a wrap pretty much for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. I mean, just look at this floor compared to the beginning of the video. These carts were filthy. There's dirt everywhere.